everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Helen and today I'm filming my February TBR, and in February I'm taking part in Forensic February, which is a readathon that has been created from Chloe by Chloe Reads Books, and she's created a whole board around a crime scene, and so yeah, I'm really excited to take part in this. I have already pre-filmed my roles, so in a moment I will share that video, and I have picked the books that I want to read for it, so I will talk you through those. It's been really good because I had 4 books that I wanted to read specifically this month for different things, and so I've been able to fit all of those in. I think the idea of the readathon was to read like thrillers and crimes because that's what it's built around. However, Chloe has said that you can read whatever you like, and so I think I've got a couple of thrillers on there, but the rest are just books that I've pulled off my shelves or ones that I know I need to get around to. So without further ado, I will insert my roles here and then I will tell you about the books that I've chosen. So this is my game board. It's not very fancy, but Andy had this like old style paper, so I used that, and then he did me a wax seal with an S. I don't know if you can see that very well on the side. So yeah, I just did it in pencil, but it was with what I had available, and there you go. So I didn't have any bookmarks or like counters that were particularly spooky or in relation to the theme of Forensic February. So we've got Joey from Friends. He's going to be my little place counter, so we'll start him there, and I guess we'll just roll and see how we go. We'll go around once, and then depending on how many books I need to read, we might go around again, or we might do it later in the month. I haven't decided yet. So roll number 1. Oh, 1. Could take a while. Enter the detective, read a mystery or thriller. So for roll number 1, I got Enter the Detective, and for that I had to read a mystery or thriller. Now, Andy runs the fanzine for the Man United women's team, and if you're interested in that, let me know, and I will share information on that. And they have a Discord, so I can share the link with that. So I've joined the Discord, not because I'm a football fan, but because somebody in the group mentioned that they were going to start a book club. So last month was the first month and we read The Ministry of Time, and it's not a book I would have picked out for myself, but I really enjoyed it. So she asked for recommendations for the next month, and I had 2 thrillers on my shelf, and bearing in mind I knew this readathon was coming, I put 2 of them on, and she said, oh yeah, let's do that one. So we are going to be reading None of This Is True by Lisa Jewell. This I got at Christmas on a Twitter Secret Santa that I take part in. So you basically get matched with somebody else, you share your interests, and you send each other a little sweet treat as well. So I got this one, and it says, 2 very different women who meet by chance in a restaurant and discover they are birthday twins. A few days later they meet again. Alex is a podcaster and Josie persuades her to feature her on her new series. She tells Alex, on the cusp of great changes in her life. Alex agrees to do a trial interview with Josie. Josie's past appears to be strange and complicated, but although Alex finds her unsettling, she can't quite resist the temptation to keep digging and to keep recording. It soon becomes apparent that Josie has been hiding some very dark secrets, and before Alex knows it, Josie has inveigled her way into Alex's life and into her home, which is when Alex realises that she and her family are in more danger than she ever thought possible. So I'm excited for that one, and I feel like this one really fits in with the readathon. Roll number 2. Oh my goodness, I'm going to read all 25 books at this rate. A Body Is Found, read a book with a person on the cover. So for book number 2, I got A Body Is Found, read a book with a person on the cover, and for that I am going to be reading Same Time Next Week by Millie Johnson. I was kindly sent this by Simon & Schuster. I'm part of the book tour for this, so my date is the 2nd of March. It's out in February, but I'm going to read it towards the end of the month so that my review is more up to date, because I will forget by the end of the month what it was about. Hopefully not if it's very memorable, but yeah, my memory isn't great. So yeah, I'll be reading it for that. I already let my mum read it and she loved it. And so yes, I'm looking forward to this one. It says, welcome to Spring Hill and the home of Ray's Diner. Here, a group of women meet once a week over a cup of something warm. Amanda is primary carer to her elderly mother and one of the only women in a male-dominated company. Used to being second best all her life. Is this her time to finally break ranks and shine? Sky works at the repair shop patching up old teddy bears and their owner's heart, but her heart beats for the one man who is strictly off limits. Mel has been a loyal and loving wife to Steve for 30 years. Then when he goes to his old school reunion, life as she knows it will never be the same again. Erin is trying to get over a traumatic loss where her guilt weighs more than her grief. Can she find the first step to healing by sharing an hour with strangers once a week? Astrid is feeling in need of a change and a challenge, but when a fantastic opportunity presents itself, who is around to convince her she's worthy enough to take the risk? Can these women find courage, support, and the answers to their worries here? Join them at the same time next week to find out. So yeah, that is for role number 2. Role number 3. 1, 2, 3. Crime scene photos. Read a book with a photo on the cover. For role number 3, I got crime scene photos and read a book with a photo on the cover. So I have chosen Balham to Bollywood by Chris England. This has been on my shelves for a while. My friend Nikki did one of those. I don't know if you've seen them on Amazon. It's like an advent calendar but for mid-year, and you just have different numbers and you pick out little gifts and treats and you have challenges to do. And one of her challenges was to send a book that she loved to somebody that she knew, and so she sent me this one, and yeah, she said it's like her feel-good turn-to book when she needs it, and I've been meaning to pick it up for a while. So yeah, I'm going to pick it up now for this one because it's obviously got a photo on the cover. It says, for some actors, the idea of being sent to the middle of a desert in India for 2.5 months to act in a Bollywood movie would send them scurrying back to their agent asking for some other work, any other work. Not Chris England. He runs his own cricket team, and since the Bollywood movie in question, Lagan, Once Upon a Time in India, would feature an epic cricket match between a British colonial army team and a small Indian village in 1893. He wouldn't just be working, he would be representing his country at his favourite sport. This is a cricket tour diary with a difference, as Chris England charts the progress of Lagan from the audition, a cricket match in a London park, to the film's release 18 months later. The author's ability to evoke the landscape and atmosphere of India is complemented by his skill in bringing to life the bizarre and often very funny world of filmmaking. Balham to Bollywood is a treat for cricket lovers, film fans, and those who like travel books with a difference. I do like travel books and I do like films. Cricket isn't really my bag, but I'm figuring if Nikki likes it, then I should. So yeah, I'll let you know how I'll get on with that one. Rule number 4. Eyewitness. Read a book that you've seen recommended. For role number 4, I got Eyewitness, and that was to read a book that I'd seen recommended, and I have chosen, sorry, I've just pulled it up on my laptop so that I can read a bit about it. I've chosen The Deal by Elle Kennedy. I've seen this mentioned a lot, and then I was watching Becca's Shelve It or Scrap It, the latest edition of it, and she read this and really enjoyed it as well, and so much so that she started on the next one, so I'm thinking it must be good. So it says, Hannah Wells has finally found someone who turns her on, but while she might be confident in every other area of her life, she's carting around a full set of baggage when it comes to sex and seduction. If she wants to get her crush's attention, she'll have to step out of her comfort zone and make him take notice, even if it means tutoring the annoying, childish, cocky captain of the hockey team in exchange for a perfect date. All Garrett Graham has ever wanted is to play professional hockey after graduation, but his plummeting GPA is threatening everything he's worked so hard for. If helping a sarcastic brunette make another guy jealous will help him secure his position on the team, he's all for it. But when one unexpected kiss leads to the wildest sex of both their lives, it doesn't take long for Garrett to realise that pretend isn't going to cut it. Now he just has to convince Hannah that the man she wants looks a lot like him. That sounds very 10 Things I Hate About You, One Tree Hill-esque, and so I'm well up for that. So again, I will let you know how I get on. Rule number 5. 6, that's a good one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Suspect identified. Read a book with a name in the title. So for role number 5, I got Suspect Identified, and that was to read a book with a name in the title. So I have picked Rock and Rose by Suzanne Holder. I've had this book on my shelves for a couple of years. It was a couple of birthdays ago that my dad got me this, and I thought, seeing as my birthday is coming up, gosh, how many days now? In about a week. I thought I should really get this read because I'm bound to get more books for my birthday. So for this one it says, in the summer of 1960, 18-year-old Rose Featherstone took a trip to Memphis that changed her life. Now Rose confesses to her granddaughter Daisy that she returned home with more than just memories all those years ago. She was carrying Elvis Presley's child. Daisy is sure the claim can't be true, and yet what if it is? When her grandmother passes away soon after her startling revelation and leaves Daisy with a ticket to Memphis, Tennessee, Daisy decides it's time to discover the truth. She's always struggled to fit in, but this trip might just show her the benefits of being born to stand out, and especially when she meets Joe Cody, aka Officer Blue Eyes. Rule number 6. Questioning time. Read a book with a question in the title or that contains interviews or an interview. So for rule 6, I got questioning time. Read a book with a question in the title or contains an interview. And so for this one, I've gone for one off my Kindle. So I will just find the description. It's called Have We Met by Camille Baker. And it says, after losing her best friend to cancer, Corinne's life is in flux. She's moved back to Chicago, is considering her next career move or temp job, and has absolutely no time to look for love until a mysterious dating app called Met suddenly appears on her phone, and with it an invitation for Corinne to reconnect with 4 missed connections from her past. One of them, Met says, is her soulmate. Corinne doesn't believe the app for a second, but when she very quickly finds herself with back-to-back blasts from the past, she'll have to consider if maybe she's wrong about it. The thing is, Corinne's also been introduced to a really great guy outside the app's influence. As their feelings for each other grow, Corinne has to wonder, with her apparent true love still out there, should she tap yes to the next match. With help from a new group of friends, her loving if annoying family, and maybe a touch of fate, can Corinne come to terms with the loss she's still reeling from, take control of her career and find love along the way? So yes, I will give that a go, and it will be good to get another book off my Kindle. Roll number 7. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Time is running out. Read a short book under 300 pages. For roll 7, I got Time is Running Out, and for that I had to read a short book or a book under 300 pages. This is a short book. I don't know if it's under 3. Oh yeah, it is. It's 241 pages. So for this I'm reading Secret Suffragette by Barbara Mitchell Hill. And I'm pretty sure I got this for Sophie a while ago, and she's never been that interested in it, but I got a book plate signed for her and got given a little bookmark with it as well. This was when I worked at the library, and there was lots of books available from authors, and you didn't, you paid a smaller amount, and then you could get the book plate as well, so you got good deals on the books. So yeah, for this one, Daisy is 12 years old and dreams of being a nurse just like her hero Florence Nightingale. It seems an impossible dream for a poor girl in 1912 until she meets the suffragettes. Clever, determined and brave, they inspire Daisy to fight for votes for women. But being a suffragette is dangerous, and Daisy must risk getting in trouble with her dad, the neighbours and even the police if she wants to join them. So I will read this. If I love it, I will try and persuade Sophie to give it a go. But if she doesn't, that's fine. I'll have enjoyed it anyway. So yeah, there you go. Rule number 8. 1. Crack the case. Read a 5-star prediction. So I think we'll leave it there, because that in my if I've got my calculations right, is 8 books. And finally, for Cracked the Case 5-star prediction, which is the square that you had to finish on, I chose The Family Experiment by John Mars. I took part in like a book club a while ago. I think I joined a couple of times, and one of them, basically what they used to do is they used to send you the book, you'd read it, and then you'd be able to go on to an online discussion with other people to talk about it, and then they'd bring their author online to talk about it as well. And I went on the one where it was Jessie Burton. I think the book was called The Confession, and I really loved it. But it was something that you had to pay for monthly, and it wasn't a small fee, so I couldn't keep it up all the time. Anyway, I still get the emails from them, except now they don't send you the book, but I think you just pay £10. You can do the online discussion and then the author chat. And the current one coming up is they've got John Mars to come and speak. Now, if you don't know or you haven't watched my channel for a long time, I am a John Mars fan. I've read quite a few of his. I've read The One, I've read The Marriage Act, I've read Oh my goodness, let me just look it up because that's going to get annoying. Because there are quite a few that I've read. I've got a couple on my shelves. I've got the Minders on my shelves and the Vacation. I haven't read them yet. Let's see which other ones I've read. I know I got halfway through one and it was too freaky and I couldn't carry on with it. Yeah, so the Marriage Act. Or What Lies Between Us was the one. I might have even got 75% of the way through and it just freaked me out a bit too much. It's a shame that I should probably go back and try that again. I've read When You Disappeared, The Good Samaritan. Like I said, I've got the Minders and the Vacation on my shelves. The Vacation I've picked up a couple of times and then not got through. I think it's just I've not been in the right place. And then The Passengers I've read as well, and Her Last Move. So what's that, 5 or 6 that I've read already? But the point of this book club is that they've said just read a John Mars book and then you can come together to discuss. So I'm assuming they might have breakout rooms for the different books that people pick. So I was like, do I pick the Minders that's on my shelves, the Vacation? But I've also on my Kindle got the Family Experiment, and some of the books are set in the same world. So the One and the Marriage Act are, and I think the Passengers was as well. Anyway, this is like a run-on from that, and so it's the Family Experiment. So I think I'm going to pick that one. I'm going to treat myself to my birthday because I have promised myself that I want to go to more author events, and I say more, I haven't been to any apart from the online ones. And until I can find a physical one that I want to go to, I think this online one with John Mars is going to be good. So it says the world's population is soaring, creating overcrowded cities and an economic crisis. A growing number of people can no longer afford to start families, let alone raise them. But for those desperate to experience parenthood, there is an alternative. For a monthly fee, clients can create a virtual child from scratch, accessing them via the metaverse and a VR headset. To launch this new initiative, the company behind Meta Children has created a reality TV show. It will follow its contestants as they raise a Meta child from birth to the age of 18 in a condensed 9 months time period. The prize, the right to keep their virtual child or risk it all for the chance of a real baby. So it's another one of his speculative thrillers. I know it's going to be a hard read at times, but yeah, how he comes up with his ideas, I don't know. But yeah, he is very good. So yeah, that is for roll number 8. So that is all 8 of my picks. I'll pick up some of them here so you can see. Oh, so there's those 5. Oh, and then 3 on my Kindle. These 2 are relatively new, but this one's been on my shelves. These 3 have been on my shelves for a while, and 2 of the ones off my Kindle have been there a while. Let's see, Have We Met and The Deal, and then Family Experiments, one I've only bought recently. But to be able to get 5 off my TBR that I have had on there for a while is really great. That is my challenge for this year. My bookcase downstairs, I've started putting the books in the order that I kind of got them. So that top shelf is starting to get filled up with newer books now that I'm moving them all along as I've read them, and I'm really pleased with that. Because I don't want books to just sit there and not be read, and I don't want to be unhauling things. I don't mind every so often if I'm like, I'm never going to read that, but sometimes there's been ones that I'm like, give a last chance to, and then when I've picked it up I've really loved it, and then I've been kicking myself because I'm like, that's been sat there for a long time and I nearly unhauled it. So that is my plan. So please let me know in the comments if you were taking part in Forensic February, or if you've got your February TBR and you're doing something else. Just let me know what you've picked, and if you've read any of these, let me know what you think and I may bump them up the list. Yeah, and if you like what you've seen, then please like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.